Hello, good evening. Welcome everyone for today's live session. And today we are back with our favorite show. This is Coach's Talk Show. So many of you already know that we used to run this show on Instagram and now we shifted it to Facebook. So I'm super excited to say that this is our season 3 and this is our first episode of Coach's Talk Show. For some of you it is a surprise, but for me it's like dream come true. So how many of you are excited? Type E in the chat box or comment box if you are there with me in this show. Let me open up the comments here. Alright, I can see some people. So if you're watching me live, do one thing for me. Please type live in the comments. If you're watching the replay of this particular live session, Coach's Talk Show, then please type replay in the comments. I'll give you 30 seconds. Please do that for me. It will be really grateful to understand the timings. Okay, so all are there. Let me just check. Wow, you are in the right. I think from my side, I'm pretty much audible and visible both. But in case, yeah, all right. So, no issue. Now, let's begin with our today's episode. So, um, as all of you know that this is our season 3 and this is our first episode of this coaches talk show, and I would like to introduce myself before I invite our today's special guest. I'm your host Neha Garg and I'm a digital skills coach, and I'm really excited to start this coaches talk show with our first special guest who is really inspiring and insightful person. And as a person I know her from very beginning, and I can see the kind of work she is doing is incredible. So without any further delay, I would like to invite her with me on this show. So we have let me just introduce her to you. We have incredible J Krishnaveni. She is an renowned Vastu expert, and she is here to share her knowledge and expertise on how Vastu actually helped us can help us create harmony in our spaces and ultimately in our lives. So welcome to our show, Krishnaveni, and uh,
You.
yeah,
Thank you, Nehaji, for inviting me to your episode today.
yes.
I'm
Uh,
really happy to be here. Getting an invite from you is really very good. I feel happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and coming to the show. Um, to begin with, can you just share with us a little bit about yourself? How actually, I would like to know that what inspired you to become a Vastu expert and you explored Vastu field. I can see that this is a work where deep understanding of science is required. So how actually your journey started and you came in this field? Would you like to share with us?
Definitely. Because everybody starts with their own experiences. हम सब अपनी ही परेशानियों से परेशान होकर we feel कि लाइफ में क्या चीज है जो हमें चेंज देगा. I was also like that 4 years back. Exactly 4 years back. At that time, I was into so many issues in my life and I felt stuck in my life. I didn't know what to do. I was only a housewife. I was only a housewife and taking care of the family. But one incident in my life changed my thought process, and I was in a need to do something at that time. But then to come out of my problems, what is it that helped? It is Vastu which helped me. I was into so many things. Then I thought from where the problem is coming. Like if some problem in the health, we go to doctor. But I found there is problem in the structure, the house where I am living. So how that can be corrected? By a Vastu expert. At that time, I approached a Vastu expert. I did correction. But within 2 to 2.5 months, maximum 3 months, I saw a lot of things opening up in my life. I was coming out of my problem slowly. I saw a ray of hope to come out of my problems. And then it gave me a sense of pleasure that yes, it works. I was also doubtful when I did. I didn't have that much belief because when you're into problem, you just want to get out of it, whatever reason it is. So I just simply did from the consultant with whom I started. And later I learned from him only, जिन्होंने मुझे मेरे प्रॉब्लम से निकाला. I learned from them only. I learned because within 3 months, how can somebody's life turn upside down? One person who was into so many issues, which I can't even imagine. In 3 months, you see a ray of hope and opportunities opening up all around you. And we just have to grab that opportunity. Then it is on us. How do we take that opportunity and work on that opportunity? So that's when then I slowly started learning Vastu. And it became my interest, it became my passion. And here I am doing the Vastu for last 4.5 years exactly.
Thank you so much for sharing this powerful journey with us. I can see, you know, till the time whoever I talk, I can see that there is always something. मीन्स कुछ भी स्टार्ट करने के लिए ना एक पॉइंट ऐसा होता है जो हमें सीखने की इच्छा जगाता है कि अब हमें इसके बारे में सीखना है, अब हमें इस प्रॉब्लम से निकलना है। एंड वहीं पे ही हमारा खुद का जो एक बिलीफ सिस्टम होता है कि हम कितना उस सिचुएशन से बाहर निकलना चाहते हैं, वो वहाँ पे हमें पावरफुल बनाता है। बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जिनकी लाइफ में इश्यूज होती है और वो उस इश्यूज से बाहर निकलना चाहते हैं, जीवन में आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं, उनको पता भी होता है कि उसका सोल्यूशन कहाँ मिल सकता है, बट स्टिल दे प्रोकेस्टिनेट जस्ट टू सी दैट automatically the problem will resolve. But by understanding your journey, I can see that you took action, and that's where you learn something and that helped to you. So मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम जब वास्तु के बारे में सुना था तो मेरे लिए बिलीव करना बहुत मुश्किल था, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगा कि इट्स लाइक आई नेवर बिलीव इन ऑल ऑफ दिस। लेकिन जब मैंने खुद अपनी लाइफ में छोटे छोटे चेंजेस, जैसे मुझे पता चला कि घर में जो कपूर हम जलाते हैं पूजा पाठ में, वो भी कहीं ना कहीं वास्तु के अंतर्गत आता है। तो मुझे लगा कि मे बी मैं आज तक सिर्फ और सिर्फ जो ट्रेडिशनल हम प्रेयर्स करते हैं उस पे ही फोकस करती आई हूँ, इसलिए मुझे बाकी चीज़ों के बारे में कभी भी नॉलेज नहीं हुई जिससे मुझे अल्टीमेट बेनिफिट मिल सकता था। सो right now we are going to go into the practical insights of what you do, and that is really going to help our audience. If they are listening live, then they can ask questions as well if they have, but if you are watching the replay, so I want you to understand that whatever we are going to discuss is not just a surface level knowledge, because it has a deep understanding and it can really help you if you implement whatever she say in a process wise way. Okay, so my first question in this in the context of Vastu is, um, I have seen many people when they create home, they start new work, they always try to make everything good. Okay, कि कौन सी चीज़ कहाँ होनी चाहिए, ये सब चीज़ें मैंने करते हुए देखा है। But according to you, as per your knowledge, what are the most common mistakes people make when it comes to Vastu in their home, workplace, or their day to day life, and how they can identify and fix them from their, easily available sources? Would you like to put any eye on that?
First and the foremost point, which is very simple, it is decluttering your house. Decluttering your house is the first rule of Vastu. Because any items which is not in use in your home, and you have been not using it, not touching it, you just kept it in the loft or you just kept it in the cupboard and you're not using it, it creates dead energies and it affects the flow of energy in the house. What is Vastu? It is the flow of positive energy in your house. Why do we say that morning walk is good? Because to get that positive energy from the sun, we do morning walk, right? In the same way, the flow of energy, the cosmic energy which enters our house early morning through the northeast, that gives us lot of positivity. That's when we say the northeast should be clean. The first rule of Vastu is declutter your home. Second rule of Vastu is declutter your northeast zone because that governs your mind, that governs your clarity. Somebody comes to you and say, मैं बहुत confused हूँ, I don't know what to do in your life. It means he is speaking the language of northeast zone of his house. It has to be decluttered. It has to be zero weight. There should be no storage in northeast. All these things are prime importance in Vastu. The second thing which I would say is the main door. Main door is the one which connects yourself from the outside world to your own world, your own family. So main door becomes very important. And it's the people have a very big misconception that south facing entrances are not good, west facing entrances are not good. It is not true. We grid the map according to a Vastu plan, Vastu grid map. Based on that only, the which pada the door is coming, based on that only we make the Vastu plan. So there are good entrances in north, east, west, as well as in the south. So why people prefer north facing is because in north there are many entrances, but none give the negative effects. But अगर आपने साउथ फेसिंग घर लिया, आपने पॉजिटिव एंट्रेंस पे लिया, it is very very auspicious. But if you take the non auspicious entrances, wrong entrances, it gives you very very bad effects. That's the reason people avoid south facing entrance. So the second point is the entrance. Always keep your entrance clean. Do not declutter with shoes, chappals, and heavy storages, all those things. I see many people keeping outside big, big storages for shoe racks and other things. Please avoid that because it will affect the energy flow which is entering into your house. So, how do you welcome the positive energy? By welcoming from your main door. So, keep it clean. Do not keep any dustbin. Nowadays, we see in the apartments for the housekeeping staff to clean, we keep the dustbins outside. The housekeeping staff takes up the dustbin, but the she takes up the waste, but the dustbin is lying there since morning till evening. People forget to keep it inside. That attracts major negativity. Vastu is very simple to keep the right things at the right place. That's all is Vastu. Third important point is keep your center, the Brahmasthana of your house, neat and clean. No heavy storage because that is when it's like a navi of your body. So can you keep any heavy things at your navi? How long can you hold a heavy object in your navi? So the center of the house, which is called the Brahmastan, is like a navi of your home. So always keep it clean. Do not keep any heavy storage there. These three simple things, if you follow, 50% of your Vastu is right.
Wow, that is.
And I want to point out here, if you permit, you talked about Kapoor, right? Camphor. If we see our ancient tradition, even our mothers or grandmother, they always used to burn camphor in the home every day. Do you see that tradition is being continued now? No. People in their fast-pacing life, they forget to burn the kapoor at home, the camphor at home. It is one of the powerful remedies. You should burn camphor, particularly the Bhimseni camphor, which is the purest form of camphor, every day in your home. You can burn it along with one clove also, which will give more powerful results.
All right, I get to know so much things after a very long time. So, thank you so much for sharing all those insights. And those of you who are listening, it is really going to help you and also give you stress. Why it will give you stress? Because you know that you are doing mistake now. Now you need to fix them. Okay. So, if I being honest, I would say that dustbin example, I can see not even my home, I can see other home. So I will start from my home, but I cannot talk about other people home that what they are going to do. Now, as women, which I face personally, we have a lot of responsibility, Krishnaveni. So you see that if somebody is in work, that means job or a business, they have their family responsibility, they have their work responsibility, and also they have their own responsibility to work on their own self. Now, how to balance all of that while maintaining all those things which are, right things at right place to maintain a vastu in home. So, how do you manage this from your personal experience? Would you like to advise some to all the amazing women here?
Home is where our peace is, right? Wherever we go, we want to come back to home. And nowadays, after COVID, especially, people have been working from home. It is not easy to be in this inside one space for a longer time, and world has seen that. Now it has become a new normal that everybody wants to work from home rather than to go to office. They find it convenient. So the energy of the house where you're sitting has a deep impact on you. Are you sitting at the right place? Are you sitting in the positive zones? In Vastu, as per the Vastu Shastra, we grid the house map into 16 positive directions, into 16 directions. In that, there are few zones which we call as negative zones. So you need to make sure that you're not sitting in the negative zones. You're sitting in the positive zones to become very peace, to get very peace, to be happy in wherever you are sitting. If you are sitting in a zone which will cause you depression, you will not be able to work properly. You will overthink. You will be overstressed. But if you sit in a proper and a right direction, like for example, you can sit in the north, you can sit in the southwest. But southwest, the next to southwest, there is one zone called south of southwest, which we call it as a negative zone. So there is minute difference between the zones and the degrees. So it is very important that you find the right zone where exactly is southwest and sit there and do your work from home. You can also sit in west, you can also sit in north. So there are multiple directions where you can sit according to your own needs. If there is a business person, he can sit in the west. If somebody wants to sit and concentrate on studies, they can sit in northeast. For children, for education, the west of southwest is very good. If you are not able to make them sit there, at least keep their bags or books in the west of southwest. So like this, you can balance your peace of mind by sitting it at the right place.
And what if, like, many houses are not based on, Vastu chart, like the Vastu works, and uh, so many times I have seen that the kitchen and the bathroom sometimes, nearby. So if the home is not created in a right direction, as you said, कि यहाँ पे बैठना चाहिए वहाँ पे बैठना चाहिए इस direction में, sometimes we don't have that direction available because many people live in those kind of houses where things are fixed. So is there any negative issue arises if they are not sitting in a right direction based on this
Just for
vastu?
example, just for example, I'll share one case study. Uh, 1.5 years before, one person came to me. He said, I was very happy when I was going to office. When I started to work from home for last 1.5 to 2 years, I'm not feeling happy. And slowly I realized I'm getting into depression state. As I said, there are different zones which we work on the floor plan and then back. That person was sitting exactly in the direction of low moods and depression. I didn't have to do anything much. I just had to grid the map according to the degrees taken from Google and grid his map according to the Vastu plan. I just changed his sitting position from one direction to other direction. Not even much. From the west of northwest, I've just shifted him to the west direction to sit. So just by shifting 10 to 20 degrees of his chair, I was able to get that result. Within 1.5 to 2 months, he was able to see the change in himself. Now I'm feeling better. As nothing happens overnight, it takes a little bit of time for that energies to get into you. So within 2 months, he was fine and he was able to see those changes in himself. And he found huge difference in his style of working because with time, by sitting in that negative place, he was losing interest to work also. To that extent, that place energies were affecting him. Just by shifting his chair, we were able to get the results. So if a normal person doesn't know the directions or something, the best thing is to sit in the north because there they cannot make any mistake. Just take the compass, download the digital compass in your mobile, check which side the north is facing, just sit in the north direction.
Correct. Very simple thing they can do. But how many of you feel that I don't know how to do? So my next question arises from this last question, that if somebody is completely new, you can consider me like a bacha in vastu. So how to how should they start? Because first thing, to accept any new concept, we need to have belief, strong belief that yes, this works. Okay, so what advice you would like to give to somebody who is starting in vastu, like a three simple tips so that they can implement right away to bring positivity and harmony in their life and to actually work on this vastu, creating the right direction for things in their life. Would you like to share?
Again, the same three simple things which I shared, the important part in the Vastu decluttering, center of the house, and the main door.
Yes.
Apart from that, we have different directions like north, south, east, west. They are further divided into northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Further divisions are also there. So, from where everybody wants money, For that only everybody is working hard. Money, health, and wealth. So for these two things, for money, money and opportunity comes from north. How do you get money? When you get an opportunity to work, and that work converts into money. So first thing to take care is the north direction, specifically to keep the north direction clean. There should be no clutter in the north direction. There should be no red color in the north direction, no triangle shapes in the north direction. These are few simple things which you can follow. Keep the north direction neat and clean. North direction should also be lightweight. As I said, this is for the north, and then again the next direction is northeast. These two directions govern majority of the Vastu. As north brings money and opportunity, and northeast brings clarity and good health.
Okay,
So
nice.
that's when we say northeast should be clean and north should be clean. That means from 0 degree, when you're checking in your digital compass, from 0 degree, that is north, to east 90 degree, you should not have any heavyweight items or any clutter in that, because that covers the lighter zones. When that zone is very light and with no clutter, that is when you attract the positive energies. That is when you attract the opportunities in your life.
Wow. So hope you all will follow these simple steps. And I think I can say these are the very simple things which you can start by your own self to actually prepare your lifestyle based on Vastu. And I can believe it is equally important like the traditional prayer we do in our life to actually use the right direction for everything. Some of you might be thinking that I am doing XYZ, but it is not giving me any result. Maybe it is the reason because of not being in the right direction. So either you can try by yourself, or we have the expert with us about Vastu. You can also have connect with her regarding the same. Lastly, before we wrap up our today's show, I would like to ask one thing, like you know that we are in a lifestyle where we are forwarding about, we are running behind so many things in our life. So what one advice you would like to give all the audiences to accept this concept of Vastu and see the change in their lifestyle?
See, the first thing is, it is not something called whether you should believe it or not. First point, because
Yes,
it is a science. It is a
yes.
science based on the movement of sun, based on the Panch Tattvas, the Panch Mahabhutas. So it will definitely work. It will definitely work. So in that case, what all you have to do is be positive and accept this science with lot of positivity. It definitely works.
All right. Yes, thank you so much for sharing this. I'm gonna, totally change the direction for myself, because I believe in business when you don't get any result, you don't know what is happening, what was went wrong. If I give you an example, suppose you are making a video as a coach or a consultant, and you want that video to work for you in terms of lead attraction or anything else, but it is not working for you. Maybe where you created that video, or what was the direction, can be wrong. Because of that everything is happening. So I know it is very difficult for somebody to understand who is not a believer of all of this. But if you believe even per 1%, try to change the direction as per the advice given by Krishnaveni, and then see the result. And we would love to hear from you if this session helped you in any case in your life. So thank you so much, Krishnaveni, for coming to our show. And I would like to ask you that if somebody interested in connecting with you to understand more about this and any other service if you also provide, do let us know so that many people can get benefit.
We provide all types of Vastu services, including residential Vastu, who is into some kind of a problem like money is stuck, payment is not coming, client is not coming. All those issues can be solved through Vastu. I also do the new home Vastu. If somebody is trying to buy their new home, before getting into a structure where it is already problematic, you can really choose a nice flat, nice apartment, or a nice bungalow which you're trying to purchase according to Vastu before buying it by choosing the right plan. And I also do all types of commercial, residential, and industrial Vastu for factories, industries, and there are so many services in Vastu. It is never ending. They can connect with me anytime through the through you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful insights and coming to the show. I'm really grateful for your time you spend with us. And next time also, we will invite you and we'll have the conversation, move ahead for the next topic. So, thank you so much. And lastly, before I wrap up the show, I would like to just say thank you to each my audience here who are with me till the end. You are listening because your presence actually matters for both of us, and um, whatever you want, you have the takeaways from this episode, you can share with us in the comment section. We would love to hear if this kind of session through this Facebook live is helpful to you. It is also available on our YouTube channel. So this is actually a season 3, season 1 and season 2. All episodes are available on our YouTube channel as well. So if you are interested in learning from great speakers, I would say amazing coaches, experts, then you can go ahead and explore our YouTube channel, which is named as Coach Neha Garg. Until next time, stay inspiring, keep doing the great work, and we will come again with another inspiring guest on this special Coaches Talk Show with another episode. Thank you so much for being with us. See you again. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.